Hello my dear students, how are you all? I am Vaishnavi and I welcome you all to study class 5 science with me by Science Horizon Economics series, a unit of Amit Publishing House. So today we are going to study unit 2, that is Animal Kingdom, chapter number 2, types of animals. So let's move on to see what all we have in the chapter. We are going to study about what are invertebrates and what are vertebrates. Correct? So we can group animals in many ways. So in our day-to-day life, we come across seeing so many animals around us. We have pets. Then we see domestic animals like cattle, buffaloes, cows around us. So we come across seeing so many animals and we can group them. And how to group them and on what basis? Let's see. They can be grouped on the basis of their backbone. So depending on whether animals have a backbone or not, they can be grouped into two major types. So first is invertebrates, that is animals without a backbone. So there are animals who don't have backbones and they are called invertebrates. So first category of animals are invertebrates. Then there are vertebrates, that is animals which have backbone. So what are invertebrates? Animals such as insects, spiders, crabs, jellyfish, starfish, worms, snails, they are grouped together which do not have a backbone. इस type के animals में backbone नहीं होता and they do not have a backbone. Which animals they don't have a backbone, they are called invertebrates. So you can see spider, crab, jellyfish, insects, worms, ये invertebrate category में आते हैं. Now when many invertebrates live in and around water, starfish and jellyfish, they live underwater. Some invertebrates, they live on land like worms, insects, snails, spiders. Many such animals, they have special ways to breathe and move their body part. These animals move from one place to another to find food, shelter or to escape from their enemies. So you can see invertebrates, they are there in land, they are in water, they are underwater. So those animals which do not have backbone, they are categorized in this category. So it is believed that there are more types of animals without a backbone than animals having a backbone. So it is a fact. Breathing in some invertebrates. Now how is it happening? Insects breathe through tiny holes called spiracles. So insects के पास जो breathing organ है, they breathe through their tiny holes present over their skin, that is called spiracles, and they are present alongside of their body. Animals such as earthworms, they do not have any special breathing organ and they breathe through the surface of their skin. So earthworm में कोई special breathing organ नहीं है, they breathe through the surface of their skin. So these are the tiny holes which are present along the insect's body and they are called spiracles, which help them in breathing. Now movement in some invertebrates, animals such as crabs, spiders, they use their legs to move. Correct? आपने देखा होगा कुछ insects they crawl, they move through using their legs. Now worms such as earthworm, they have a body made up of segments. Earthworm की body इस तरह से segmented होते हैं and which contract and relax. तो जब वो contract करते हैं, जब वो छोटे होते हैं तो वो एक step लेते हैं. When they relax, they again move forward. So their movement is entirely different and they expand to move apart, which help them in moving. So many insects, they can fly because they have wings. तो कुछ insect legs के through crawl करते हैं, कुछ fly करते हैं using their wing. Earthworm, they contract and relax their muscles to move. Then all insects, they have 3 pair of legs that they use to walk, run, crawl or hop. So the question might ask you, how many pair of legs are there in insects? They have 3 pair of legs which help them in walking, hopping, jumping or crawling. Correct? So these are some of the examples. Dragonfly, they use their wings to fly. Ant moves with the help of their legs. And earthworm body is segmented. What are vertebrates now? So vertebrates are animals having backbones. So animals like fish, birds, amphibians, reptiles, mammals, they are a group of animals which carry a backbone. तो इस तरह के एनिमल्स को हम वर्टिब्रेट्स कहते हैं. So these animals are vertebrates and the examples are fish, birds, amphibians, mammals, reptiles. Fish are animals with a backbone that live in water, and different types of fish are there in the water. They are in rivers, lakes, ponds, ocean, seas. Fish have scales, fins and gills. Fins help fish to swim. तो जो swimming organ है fish का वो है fins. Gills help them to breathe. Gills उनका breathing organ है. Sharks, tuna, trouts, goldfish are the examples of fish. Correct. So this was about fish. So you can see they have scales on their body, they have fins, they have gills to respire. Now birds are animals with a backbone and they have feathers, wings and they lay eggs. Most birds can fly. Some birds such as ostrich and emu or kiwi, they cannot fly. Sparrows, eagles, crows and emus are examples of birds. Now coming to amphibians. Amphibians are animals with a backbone that can live in water as well as on land. Amphibian कौन से animal होते हैं जो दोनों areas में survive कर सकते हैं, land and water. They do not have scales, feathers or hair on the body. Frogs and toads are examples of amphibians. Now coming to reptiles, they are animals with a backbone that mainly live on land. So reptiles basically land में ही रहते हैं. All reptiles such as crocodiles live on land as well as in water. Bodies of reptiles are generally covered with hard and dry scales. Correct? The crocodiles and snakes are examples of reptiles. Coming to mammals. So these animals are vertebrates and they feed their young ones with milk. So mammals, first of all, they give birth to their babies and they feed their babies, their young ones, by feeding them milk. The bodies of mammals are generally covered with hair or fur. Cats, cows, elephants, bats, whales, dogs, they are examples of mammals. The humans are mammals as well. Some of these animals have special ways to breathe and move. Animals on land breathe in oxygen. They breathe as the human do. We inhale oxygen. Similarly, animals do. Animals, those who live in water, they use the oxygen that is dissolved in the water. Now, breathing in some vertebrates. So, coming to fish, they breathe through gills. A fish takes in water through the mouth and the water passes out of the gills. Oxygen is absorbed into the blood vessels in the gills and sent to other parts of the body. That is happening in case of fish. Correct? So, वो mouth से respire करते हैं. They use the oxygen which is dissolved in the water, inside the water. Then this oxygen is spreaded and used by other parts of the body. Now coming to amphibians such as frogs, they breathe through their moist skin. जैसे कि हमने बताया amphibian का skin बहुत ही moist होता है, so they breathe through their skin. So when they are in water or when they are in land, they breathe using lungs. So reptiles and birds primarily breathe through their lungs. Correct? Coming to mammals, they breathe through their lungs. Air is breathed in through the nose and taken to the lungs. Inside the lungs, oxygen from the air is absorbed by the blood. Simultaneously, carbon dioxide from the blood is released into the air, and this is how the respiration process takes place. Movement in some vertebrates. How is it happening? Fish, they have fins and powerful tail to move in water. So we all know that fish के पास कौन सा organ है? Fins, and they also have tail which helps them in moving in water. So when in water, amphibians such as frogs, they use their webbed feet to swim, and when on land they use their legs to hop. तो जब वो land में होते हैं वो इस तरह से hop करते हैं. And reptiles such as lizards, crocodiles, they use their 4 short limbs to crawl on the ground. A snake does not have any limb. They use their body muscles to move. So उनकी movement अलग तरीके से होती है. Turtles and tortoises, they have feet which are shaped like paddles, so that they can swim under the water. So say a fish, they move with the help of fins and tail. Frog, they use their web feet when they are in water and they use their legs on land. Lizard crawl using their limbs. Turtle moves with the help of paddle-shaped feet. So this was about the movement in vertebrates. Coming to birds, they have wings to fly. They have two legs which help them in walking. Some birds such as emu, ostrich and kiwis, they cannot fly. They walk using their strong legs and they also can run on the ground. Birds such as penguins, they use strong flippers to swim. They have flippers like this to swim and they use their hind legs to walk on the ground. Mammals have legs that help them to run, walk, hop, jump or perform any kind of activities like we human and other animals do. Now let's recall some of the points. We can group animals in two ways, that is with the help of their backbone, whether they have backbone or not. Animals such as insects, spider, crabs, jellyfish, starfish, worms and snails are grouped together because they do not have a backbone. Many invertebrates live in and around water. Animals such as earthworms, they do not have any special breathing organ. Fish are animals with a backbone that live in water. Fish breathe through their gills and birds have wings to fly. So this was all about this chapter. Let's see what questions we have to answer. So what are spiracles? Spiracles are small holes, tiny holes present alongside the body of insect which help them to breathe. List the 5 types of vertebrates. So vertebrates are basically having a backbone. So vertebrates could be reptiles, mammals, amphibians or birds. So these are the kinds of vertebrates. So they can be on land, they can be on under the water, in and inside the water, or both on the water, in the air. So they are types of vertebrates. Name any 2 reptiles. So you can give example of lizard and snake. Differentiate between invertebrate and vertebrates. So basically invertebrates, those do not have backbone. Vertebrates which have backbone, and you have to give 4 examples of each. So I have explained you the entire categories and differentiation between vertebrates and invertebrates. आपको उसको पढ़ के इसका आंसर देना है. How are amphibians different from reptiles? So amphibians are those animals who have this quality of living both in water as well as on land. Reptiles are those who are especially on land. Majorly they are on land. Okay, so these are the some of the questions which we have tried to answer. But my dear students, you have to learn the chapter sincerely and then again come to these exercises and try to do it on your own. So this was another interesting chapter about animals. So we came to know about so many factors that lead to the categories of animals. So here we come to an end and stay excited for the clamp of another video and stay happy and healthy. Thank you so much.